I thought for the fourth day it was a pretty good practice. I thought early on the offense came out, had a good, strong showing early, and then the defense about midway through practice really kind of turned it on. Daishan had a big hit in a period that we were going up against each other, and that kind of swung the momentum of practice, which was great because, as you guys know, our number one goal is to have great competition this year at practice. And then we finished up about the last 20 minutes of practice. We had an orange versus blue scrimmage where we took the teams and the staffs and split them. And today the orange won, and that was Coach Bola, Coach McDonald's staff. They went head-to-head with Coach Doust and Coach Lester and Coach Smith's team. And it was really a good way to end practice. I was pleased. And in that period, we had some real good football plays being made. I mentioned Daishan. Wayne Williams had some TFLs in that scrimmage, which was good to see out of him. It's probably his best day since he's been here. Brisley made a hell of a catch down the middle. T. Hunt threw some good balls. Probably the biggest play of the scrimmage was about a 50-yard pass where Terrell threw it down the sideline, and Jared West made a big play on it. Other guys that I thought really jumped out, George Morris had a couple runs. He had about a 15, 20-yard run in there. And then the other guy that really showed some things coming off the edge was Ronnie Thompson, playing defensive end. He had one sack for sure and a couple other pressures on the quarterback. Of course, we're being smart, staying up off the quarterback, but it was lively. And the best part of the practice was the competition. The kids were competing today and playing football. The first 2 days, no pads. And the third day, you put them on for the first time, but you don't take anyone to the ground. So we were kind of playing fake football. And then today we finally had a chance to play some real football, and I was real pleased, with the effort. A lot of things to clean up. We had, situations where we could have made some plays. We had a cloud of dust period where we compete, and the kids go 3 plays, offense against the defense, ones versus ones. Then the twos come up 3-on-3, and that came down to the wire as well. But there was some good physical play, but a couple plays we left on the grass with some drop balls and not finishing some runs. The other guy, Adonis Amin Moore, did a good job today. He had a couple carries inside that were impressive where he was dragging guys down the field. So all in all, we got number 4 in, got 11 left. We got to go to work and have a great practice come Friday. And with that, any questions?
Coach, you talk about A.J. Long and how he's done his first 4 practices.
A.J.'s done well. A.J.'s a good football player. We're working on his release. There's some things technically that he can do better, but he's a strong kid. Pound for pound in the weight room, I was really pleased with his test results. And some of his reads have been a little bit erratic at times, but he's made good football decisions on the other side of the fence. And I was pleased with the way he's moved the ball down the field with the group. He's not shy, and he gets after it pretty good. So I think he's coming along, and I think we got a good football player there.
Scott, how about having Sean Hickey back, and now that you're getting into practice again and there's some movement on the offensive line there, how good is it to have kind of a stabilizing force there?
It's good. I think both Robbie Trudeau are 2 guys that kind of have to lead that group. They're finding their way. They got a new coach with Coach Adams, so things are a little bit different. The offense is still the same, and there's a lot of similarities with a lot of the schemes that we're running, but getting a feel for one another, players and coaches, is a big goal. I know Coach Adams' goal is to bring that group together so they're a tight-knit group, and it's going to go through Sean, and I think Sean accepts that challenge and is looking forward to it.
Scott, what are you going to be looking for from Richie and Darius Kelly this spring, desk job specifically?
Yeah, with holding Darrell out, and he's doing well, by the way. He's feeling real healthy with his surgery he had. But I think both Richie and Darius, they've been playing well. What I'm looking for them to do is understand the defense inside and out. Make the calls on the back end, make the checks and adjustments, especially to the corners and the outside linebackers. And both of them, they have they've had a steady increase in their development as communicators on the field. And Darius made a real nice interception the other day, and was pleased to see that. And Richie's just as steady as you can want. So I've been pleased with them so far. They got a ways to go. Chauncey Sism's another young man that has shown some things at times. He's also shown some ugly plays, along with the plays he's made some ugly ones too, but that's what spring ball's for. But I think we got some kids back there, and of course we're looking forward to getting Darrell back here too.
You mentioned George Morris had a couple nice runs. What have you seen out of him and Tyson and Devontae so far?
I think all three of those guys have been steady, and Adonis is the guy that's kind of coming on. I think he sees some light at the end of the tunnel, Adonis, and he's pushing those guys. But George has broke some good ones. I've been pleased with Devontae's vision. You know, he's a really good inside runner that can take it back against the grain, which gives us an added dimension there. And then, you know, we're not going to run Terrell a whole lot during the spring. I don't want to get him banged up too much, but I think with that core of run opportunities, we have some kids that can make some plays running the ball.
Coach, what are you seeing from Marquez Hodge right now in the switch from outside to middle linebacker?
He's doing a good job. You know, whenever you have a young guy stepping up to the plate, filling in for a guy that's played for 3-4 years in Sproul, you know, you're always worried about, can he get the logistics of the defense set before the ball's snapped, especially when we're going up tempo, which, as you know, we're working on offense. Marquise Hodge has done a nice job. He's a physical player. The thing I loved about him in high school is he had an ability to really play downhill quickly with his feet and get up underneath blocks and make plays in the backfield. And I've seen that. Now it's probably 1 out of every 4 plays the way you want it to look, but you know, for you know, a kid that's finishing up at the end of his freshman year, you know, I've been pleased with the way he's played. And then his high school teammate, Ollie Vigil, is playing in the middle with him, and Ollie's made that transition as well. So they got a long way to go to get to where we want to be, but I think there's upside with both those young men.
Aside from Rob and Sean, looking at the O-line, the three other starters, what have you seen from them individually, and how have they kind of progressed in these 4
I think it's
games?
too early to tell, to be honest with you. I think we need more reps. I'm anxious to watch the film from today because we kind of put the whole install in now, and you know, there's really nothing new on their plate. So I think it'll be telling after we get a chance to really watch the film. But they're playing hard, you know, and I think there's other guys in there. McGloster's a kid that's done some good things at time. John Burton's just got to be consistent with his, you know, with his conditioning. Same with Michael Lasker. Michael's done a good job. He had a tough deal. You know, his father passed away a couple weeks back, and I felt like you know, he's done a really good job with his maturity to push through a difficult situation, and his teammates have done a good job raising up, you know, and bringing them up as a family. And but I've been pleased with them. Same thing, you know, same storyline. Long way to go to get to where we want, where you guys want it to be. But you know, they're on pace, and we made progress on day 4, and that's all you can ask.
Scott.